you're moving to Nashville, Tennessee, but where should you buy your next home? Today, we're looking at the top 5 best neighborhoods in Nashville for you. So do not buy your next home until you see what we have for you in the top 5. Let's go.
I love it. The top 5. These are AI generated, so we're not trying to steer you in any way. This is what AI told us. However, I have to say that I don't disagree.
Yeah, there's so many great neighborhoods in Nashville, and so to
Right.
compile a list of just 5 is challenging. And obviously there's some more great neighborhoods as well that didn't
That
make
we can
the
show
cut.
you.
Yeah,
right?
we can show you, but for
But
this
these are
one,
the top 5 that I think it's pretty right on.
Yeah, so and these are just different pockets. These are all inside of Davidson County, which is Nashville. We'll do
Right.
another one about the suburbs, that are out a little bit further to give you an idea of what the best suburbs are in town. But this is just inside Davidson County. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we do, we are your Nashville real estate consultants. I'm Scott Hardesty.
And I'm Erin Gillespie.
We're literally out here every single week doing videos for you. We just got the snow melted away like a couple of days ago, and we're out here again. And today we're in the car because we're going to be driving around. And
we're going to be visiting these 5 neighborhoods and showing you. I'm just so excited about this video. I think it's going to be great. And also do a deep dive into our channel because we go into houses in a lot of these different neighborhoods and we give you tours. So there are many, many examples of actual houses that you could buy in these neighborhoods.
Exactly. So we'd love to book a call with you. We get calls from people like you every single week. So we'd love to meet you. Hop on a Zoom call and of course download our Nashville relocation guide. It's free for you. A lot of great valuable info in there for you. So let's go ahead and jump into this first city. We're going to go from 5
down
to 1.
To 1.
So
right.
number 5, let's jump into it.
East Nashville.
East Nasty.
The vibe is definitely a creative energy. Lots of musicians over there, artists, families, big community spirit. They do a lot of festivals and just very kind of tight-knit neighborhoods. Can't stress the creative and artsy and just out of the box amazingness that is over there.
And this, you're just right over the river east of downtown.
Right.
So this kind of covers
how it gets its name, of course.
But it covers a very large area of Nashville.
Right. Going into East Nashville, kind of central is what we call 5 Points, and it's 5 different roads that are major roads that connect at 5 Points. And that's where a lot of your shops and restaurants and things are. So we have, different bars. There's Three Crow Bar, there's Beyond the Edge, there's Up Down, there's 5 Spot.
Yeah, 5
Have you
Spot
been to
has
any of those?
Oh, I've been to all of them.
Okay.
So I used to live there. I used to live in East Nashville,
Uh-huh.
and that was the main hub. You have food there. You have a hot dog stand that has these crazy hot dogs with mac and cheese on top of them. That you can access in the middle of the night.
A couple street vendors.
But you have like the live music at 5 Spot,
and also Basement East.
Basement East
is a big music vibe.
Yeah. Well, it's probably. I mean, it's not that way because we have a basement on the other side of town, downtown,
right.
and then they added Basement East that has a lot of.
But that's going to get your live music, your concerts.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, just a really cool vibe. I mean, everyone's just so friendly.
Treehouse Bar has actual swings that you can sit at their bar, but you're sitting on a swing and you're just relaxing and swinging. And it's all outdoor.
I mean, a lot of the creative food restaurants, are in East Nashville.
Exactly.
Just
Your mom
really
and
good
pop,
food.
amazing food. And there's also a lot of colorful street murals over there. I can think of the Dolly Parton mural right off the top of my head. That's a famous one. I think that's actually right by Basement East.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, I mean, you have everything over there too. You don't have to even leave East Nashville if you don't want to. You obviously have all the shopping. You have Shelby Park. It has baseball fields. It has
Greenway trails.
I've
run a number of 5Ks over there that they host on the Greenway trails. There's the 3-par Vinnie Links golf course.
Yeah, Vinnie Links.
Part of that.
Yeah, that's a cool one. They have the frisbee golf over there too, which can be fun. And then they have a Shelby golf course as well, the public
and you can
park.
Fish at the lake there, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge park.
Huge. Yeah. Acres and acres and acres.
And you just going back to the Greenway. So the Greenway
runs along the river.
Trails, yes, it overall goes all across the city, but the one in East Nashville is really cool. So it goes along the river. Some of it's paved, and then some of it is unpaved. So you can run or hike or bike. It takes you can actually go across the river on the Greenway, but just beautiful trails, great food, great people.
Can we talk about the food for another minute?
I can always talk about the food.
Because there's just so much to say. So the Wash is a really interesting spot in East Nashville. It used to be a car wash, and then they turned it into these little kind of stations of restaurants. So you can walk through, and they have Cuban food and Vietnamese food, and there's all sorts of eclectic mom and pop places. And I just think that's a really cool use of what was a not very successful car wash.
And that's a good representation of what's going on in East Nashville, right?
Just really creative ideas.
And there's like bays you can actually sorry, I mean,
you're fine.
I mean, and you can like the wash, like you could pull out the restaurant and put a new one in. You know, that's kind of the idea, is like, you know, like a bay where you can get a completely different restaurant. But yeah, I just went to a birthday party at someone at
the meadery.
You were telling me about this. And it's alcohol
honey
made out of honey.
Right. It's so
I've never even heard of this.
I don't know if I'm going to get this entirely correct, but the bees and the honey create mead. So instead of using hops to create alcohol, they're using the mead from the honey to create alcohol. And it's
crazy.
Good.
And they make it there.
They make it
do
there.
It in there. You can see it.
I guess a brewery is what you would still call it. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But so creative, so out of the box. I've never heard of anything like that.
I haven't either. So that, that's the vibe of East Nashville. You just have, this is a crazy idea, but it works here in East Nashville. And
it's successful.
It's successful, does
People
well.
Go there.
So so location wise, you're 10, 15 minutes. Depending on where you are, again, it's a huge space, but 15
There's
minutes
different regions of East Nashville that we could go into, right? Different kind of housing areas that are trending.
Yeah.
But call us and ask us, and we are happy to show you those areas. But it's too much for a video.
It is, but 5 Points is kind of like that main center, and then it goes out from there. So if you go further west across Gallatin Pike, you have a whole another section of houses and restaurants.
And
over
going north, I consider Briley Parkway to kind of be the cap north of what encompasses East Nashville. Yeah,
which includes Inglewood, which is kind of another small section and just on the north side of East Nashville. And then that also, we have Oracle coming in. The river, so East Nashville kind of goes west to the river, and River North is coming in, where Oracle is coming in with 8,500 plus jobs. They're bringing their headquarters here. That's going to happen over the next, several years.
Few years, but they've broken ground on it, and it's going to be $1 billion investment that they're putting into that. I mean, just
huge. So just there's so much happening over there, so much new construction, so much development, but then also the historical homes. Let's dive into those.
So the homes themselves, you have a huge mix of different types of houses. You have your historic homes, bungalows, you have new construction, you have really small starter homes, and then newer construction, larger homes. It's a great area for investment properties. You still get people who may be wanting to rent, but they generally have yards. It's not too urban feeling. And I would say they start in the mid 500,000s.
Obviously there's outliers. You can get, some smaller ones and cheaper ones for less than that. Or fixer uppers. But if you're going to get something that's move-in ready, you're looking at probably the 500s.
Some of the more posh areas of East Nashville, say like Laughlin Springs or something, you're not going to be able to get it for mid 500s. You're talking about a lot more. So there's a lot of variety there, but I would say starting in would be mid 500s.
And obviously the closer you get to 5 Points, those are going to be, you're going to get into the $1 million plus range there.
Of course. But at those smaller bungalow homes that may be a cheaper price point, great for first time home buyers, great for investors, great for people who want to downsize.
Definitely a neighborhood worth checking out.
Yes.
Lots of fun. Again, it does, there's a lot of, like, people are just so friendly there, and so there's it's easy to get plugged in. If you're coming from out of state, you don't know anyone,
you would be welcomed in very easily. They also have different festivals over there that I mentioned. Do they do Tomato Fest?
It's a fun one.
Which is just so, it's literally celebrating tomatoes.
Just
and
because.
It's a whole
who doesn't love tomatoes?
Festival, parade. They have a 5K that morning where people dress up in red and in tomato outfits, and just fun stuff that where else can you find that?
Exactly. I hope you like that one. Let us know below, comment below. Let us know what you think about these neighborhoods, if you know anything about them. And if you think that's cool, wait till you see the next one, and wait till you see number 1. Curious if you like the order that our AI picked for us. All right, so let's dive into Germantown. So this is going to be your urban feel, historic charm kind of neighborhood vibe. It's just north
north of downtown. So it's a little bit separated from the craziness of downtown and those honky tonks, but it is still very urban. You're not really going to find too much in the way of single family homes here. There might be a few around, but you're mostly looking at larger townhomes or condos.
But you can't walk to downtown from here if you really want to.
You absolutely can. There's cobblestone streets, which is part of that historic charm. So if you're walking around, it's just nice.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of these historic homes that have been revitalized.
Exactly. Yeah. And we just closed on a Germantown property today with a rooftop, one of our YouTube clients, and they're excited about being able to, we have like the farmers market and things like that. They can walk to downtown, but then when that bridge comes in, they'll be able to walk over to Oracle, and that entire River North
whole campus
is going to come in a couple of years. So really
and
great
those
spot.
Rooftops, they're not allowing new construction to have rooftops anymore. So if you can get a rooftop with a downtown view and a hot tub, you are winning.
Yeah, it's a great. Yeah, I mean, it's such a beautiful view of downtown on the north side of looking from the north to the south.
And those views are protected as well. So the ones that have it and that they're in place, they will keep it.
Exactly.
They're protected views.
Yeah, and so so for example, the one that we closed today, they're building a project there that's in between the development and downtown, and those cannot go higher than this one to block the views, which is really they're very thoughtful about new construction.
Right. And that's sometimes part of that historic overlay that might be there. They're trying to be very conscious of those things.
Exactly. But this one, I mean, Germantown is just a really cool spot. Like you said, the cobblestone roads are in some areas are cool. And then the food, of course, is great.
So one of my favorite spots is Geist. This is seasonal, of course. They're open year round, but they do a Christmas holiday pop-up that's incredible. They just decorate to the nines, and it's Christmas exploded everywhere. Great food, great drinks, but really just great atmosphere.
Yeah, and that's right beside Neighbors, which is another fun little
that's more of the local hangout.
Right by the stadium. And Von Elrod's, right by the Sound Stadium.
Right. So the Sound Stadium, we don't have Major League Baseball here, but we do have minor league.
Not yet. Might happen one day.
Could. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Could happen. But we have minor league. And so that stadium is really fun. I take my kids there. Tickets are not that expensive. They have a lot of theme nights where they'll set off fireworks, or they'll have free hot dogs included in your ticket. And it's just fun. It's something to get out and do something different. And then also, if you're not a huge baseball fan, they have areas off to the side where you can play putt-putt. That's part of the stadium still. You can do putt-putt, cornhole, play ping pong, just different things to kind of stay active and stay busy.
Yeah, they did a really great job with it, because again, most people aren't that interested in minor league baseball, but they knew that when they built this. So you have a whole area just to have fun and hang out, and to where it's like a place, it's like an event instead of just like watching baseball. So really good job with that.
And then you have the farmers market just down the road, and Bicentennial Mall. Right next to the stadium.
Tons of park space there with some of the history and the farmers market. And the farmers market is open year round. I think there's like
and
2
every
days.
day of the week as well. So there's an indoor farmers market and an outdoor farmers market. The indoor, a lot of people who work downtown will go there for lunch, and they have picnic tables. You can get food inside. Huge variety of incredible food inside, and some shops and things in there too. And then you can grab a picnic table, or you can just go over to the Bicentennial Mall and sit in the grass or something, and kind of get some sun on your face while you have a lunch break.
It's a really cool farmers market. And a
lot of the outdoor section is that's when your farmers come in. 2 days a week, and they're bringing their fresh produce, their fresh meats, their freshly baked goods, all that stuff.
Which is cool. And because most farmers market, the other ones around town aren't open year round like that. They don't have a place like that. It's just like a few months out of the year, half the year, where they come and set up shop. But this one is a permanent location, and so there's always something going on. Except I think right on New Year's, when they're going to do the fireworks, they're not. They shut down. They shut down for like 2 days out of the year, I think. Is where it is. But just really cool spot, and right beside it is the Tennessee State Museum, which is free, which is awesome. They did a really good job. I've been there a handful of times, and it's just really
It's only a few years old at this point as well. It's really good.
It is.
I've been there multiple times, and it's great. They even have a little kids area with like a scavenger hunt that gets the kids involved in some state history.
They have little pockets of restaurants and things. So as you get closer to the river, kind of going east, where that bridge is going to be to Oracle, They have a new development there with like an Optimus restaurant of great seafood.
Right. I haven't been there yet.
It's so good. Yeah. I mean,
I've
it's
heard
just,
good things.
it's really good. Yeah. But they have a whole, just little pockets around the town with different restaurants. I mean, they have
Rolf and Daughters is a famous
Rolf
one.
and Daughters is really good.
Really
Butchertown
good.
Hall is another one that we
Fifth
go
and
to
Taylor.
often. Fifth and Taylor is really good. Yeah.
Also Germantown Cafe. That's another good one. You might have to separately Google each of those if you're interested in those restaurants, or we can take them. Call us and we'll take you around and show you.
Yeah, the housing. So a lot of it is, you have a lot of townhomes and, attached homes with, again, you have rooftops on a lot of them, but you're not going to have a ton of yard space. It's going to be,
it is that urban feel.
Yeah.
So walkable, urban, busy, no yard space, but you can always walk your dog in Bicentennial Mall. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a warehouse space that used to be a factory that's now been turned into condos, and those are really cool. It's called Worthen Lofts.
Worthen Lofts is a really cool complex.
It's so cool.
Yeah, exposed brick.
Right, exposed brick. Really cool. A lot of like weathered wood. It's not new. They repurpose this. But they have 2 different pool areas, definitely a young person's vibe to it. It's also gated,
which is nice,
which is really nice and just really fun.
Yeah, cool things like that they built. They just renovated,
repurposing, but keeping the history.
Exactly.
Sorry, they just made
well, they just renovated the grocery store there. There's a Kroger across the street that they just added a Starbucks. They did like a $20 million renovation to that space, so it looks brand new. So you have access to that grocery store, right there. So groceries, then you have all the restaurants, and then obviously accessing downtown. It's also very close to the interstate. So if you need to hop on 65 or 24, I mean, you have easy access, right there. So just great spot. And going back to the real estate, I mean, you're probably looking at, so if you could find like a 1-bedroom townhome or condo in the 400s, probably. Yeah. And then up to like 800 if you want kind of a,
well, I would say
not even a standalone.
For a rooftop townhome, I would say starting in the 800s, because you can definitely get well above $1 million.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So for a townhome that's multiple layers, that maybe has those views that you want and the hot tub and everything, you're looking 800s on up.
Yeah, exactly. But beautiful, definitely worth checking out. I think you're going to love it. And if you think Germantown's great, again, stick around to number 1. We'll see what you think about that one, and comment below as we go through these, and let us know if you already know something about these neighborhoods.
Or if you have restaurants or other things to add that we may have overlooked.
Yeah,
put them in those comments.
All right, coming in at number 3, 12 South.
12 South. All right, this is a walkable hotspot. The shopping and the restaurants alone make it so fun and just so walkable. On a Saturday, it gets pretty touristy. People strolling the sidewalks with their shopping bags, wanting to stop and break for lunch and that type of thing. But there are weekday farmers markets, October pumpkin patches, December tree farms, and Sunday artisan markets. I've noticed on Sundays there's a lot of little pop-up tents that come up, and people are selling jewelry and clothing and vintage items, and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of busy activity, but it's also a neighborhood. Once you get off the main shopping strip, it's a neighborhood with single family homes and yards.
I think it's the reason why Broadway became so popular, is because you have all these live music bars, right, and everything, so everybody can just walk easily down that street,
in and out.
Yeah, and 12
Easy
South is
parking.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
you might have to pay to park sometimes if it's a Saturday, but there's also street parking if you're lucky. So like during the week, you can easily find street parking.
But everything is just all together, on one strip there, and so you can just pop into the shopping, and then obviously the restaurants are so good. They have Nashville's becoming really, the food scene has gotten so much better since when I moved here in like 1998.
It's really a foodie city. I would consider it to be a foodie city.
Yeah. So it's so you want to dive into that? Yeah.
Locust is a Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah,
I have not been there yet.
I haven't either. It's just got
brand
listed
new,
as Michelin, right? We just got 3 in Nashville.
Yeah, 3 in Nashville, and so one of those 3 is in 12 South.
Yeah, so that one is more, I think, Asian themed or inspired.
Okay.
But haven't been there yet. But yeah, Asian fusion. Yeah, but Urban Grub is a really.
I had my birthday
one.
at Urban Grub.
It's so good. If you like oysters, that's probably one of the best in Nashville for oysters. But yeah, we go there. That's kind of one of the hotspots. Bar Taco is so good.
So I mean, and that's kind of your upscale taco place.
Tacos, margaritas,
right?
Really good margaritas. Yeah,
great atmosphere with indoor outdoor dining. You have Edley's, which which is famous barbecue. The Henry, I like the Henry. That's a rooftop restaurant, which there's actually, I think it might be the only one in this whole strip that is a rooftop.
Is rooftop, yeah.
But really great food. And I remember sitting on the rooftop thinking, I feel like I'm in a different city or in a different country right now. It just had a really great feel where I was like, I could be in Greece right now or something. It's really so cool.
Food's good. Frothy Monkey coffee shop. It's a great place to go. I mean, I go there and work sometimes, just hop on my computer.
Yep, same.
But just really cool spots all along the way.
Five Daughters Bakery.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
The layer donuts, the 100-layer donuts.
Yeah, because they make them fresh every day, right? Yeah. So if you want your donut fix, that's the spot. And then there's also just the regular shopping. Yeah, you know more about this.
Yeah, it's a little bit more geared towards women, but there are shops for men here as well. But you'll have some of your bigger names. So Draper James is a big one. That is Witherspoon's shop and brand. Mm-hmm. And I think there's only 2 locations in the country, and one of them is here in Nashville in 12 South. Really cute stuff. And she's been known to be in there doing book signings and different things in there. Rag and Bone, Vuari, Emerson Grace, Madewell. There's just a lot of women's clothing shops here. And so, again, on a Saturday when it gets busy, you might see a bachelorette party or 2 where they're just taking the day to stroll and shop and get lunch and that type of thing.
But great spot. And then you have Sevier Park right down, kind of at the end of that strip. You have the Sevier Park with community center. That's where the farmers market is. Playground for kids. I mean, there's all kinds of things going on.
And they do in the winter. They do a winter warmer craft beer fest over there, and just lots of different events. And that's going to be your more neighborhood feel. So if you live in this neighborhood, you're going to frequent there a lot.
Yeah. And then
and there's always kids running around and people walking their dogs and neighbors saying hello and that type of thing.
Yeah. And like you said, when you get off that strip, a lot of these streets have sidewalks, so easy to walk around.
Right.
You might find people parking in front of your house, which again, you're in the city, right? So that's going to be expected because it's free parking on most of those places. But the houses are beautiful. I mean, you have some older homes, you have a lot of new construction.
Yeah. They're a little bit closer together, but they do have yards. So I would say every single one of the homes in this neighborhood has a yard. They're just not going to be huge. They're not going to be your 1 acre or anywhere close to that.
Yeah.
They're going to be
maybe
just
a quarter,
maybe a quarter, maybe
0.2, 0.15.
Right.
Is what you're looking at.
But generally fenced enough for a dog or for a couple kids to run around. And the houses are beautiful. So some are new construction, but a lot of them are restored historic homes.
Yeah.
So they're very unique. To me, one does not look like the next one. Really unique going down the road, but you're going to be looking at a price tag starting at $1 million.
Yeah.
So you can't buy into this neighborhood for less than $1 million.
Right. And again, there might be an outlier where it's needs a complete renovation or something like that, or very small.
Of course. But if you want a move-in ready house, you have to be prepared to spend over $1 million. Just to add this in, Dolly Parton has a property in this neighborhood as well, on 12 South, on the strip.
Yeah, no big
It's
deal.
all gated. You can't really see anything.
Yeah. We've never seen Dolly.
I've never seen Dolly.
But we know she comes here sometimes.
Right. That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
So this neighborhood, there's a lot of bike lanes and sidewalks as well from the main strip that goes down the 12 South neighborhood. 12 South is a really long road. So this section that we're talking about is the 12 South neighborhood. If you follow the 12 South road on those bike lanes and sidewalks up to 12 South that's more downtown, you get to the Gulch.
Which is the next one. But yeah, that was a huge project just finished a couple of years ago where they added and revitalized kind of those lanes, the bike lanes, and just adding the trees and those kind of things. So that was a huge project that they finished a couple years ago.
I can't say I would want to walk from the 12 South neighborhood to the Gulch.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
It's
pretty far, but you can do it. And if you're on a bike, it would be a little better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
that leads us to the Gulch.
Yeah,
which is number 2.
The Gulch. Let's dive into this one. Okay, so the Gulch, like you said, right up towards downtown. The Gulch is a really cool spot. Not in downtown.
Yeah, just outside.
Yeah.
So we're talking urban core still, but walkable core.
You're close enough to the crazy. But you can get out of the crazy if you want.
Yes, but it's still high energy. You're going to get the pedal taverns from downtown. So very high energy, very hustle and bustle, urban core. We used to have an office there, actually.
Really fun spot.
A few years ago. Yeah. And it had great professional vibes. I loved that office. If you're living there, you're looking at probably luxury high-rise condos. But we'll get into that in a minute. I want to talk about restaurants and shopping.
Yeah, of course. The good stuff.
So Pins Mechanical, one of my favorites.
Really
I take my kids there probably every other weekend. We go there, and that's bowling, outdoor games. They do have a bar area, but on Sundays, kids bowl for free. So I pay for one adult and take all of my kids, and they get free sodas and soft drinks and all of that.
Yeah, so cool. And this is like the bowling where the pins are on like strings. It's not regular bowling.
Right. It's like called duck pin bowling.
Yeah, and it's more fun.
And very short lanes, so even my very youngest child can do it, and it's like fun for all ages. At 9 p.m. it turns into 21 plus.
Yeah.
So it has more of a nightlife vibe then. I just tend to go on Sundays.
Yeah, but really fun. I mean, they have pinball machines. They have those games. They have
old school games. Arcade games, outdoor games, and it's all free. So you can't make reservations ahead of time. You have to go, and then if there's a long wait, you can just go around and play all these other free games while you wait. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, and right next to that is Putt Shack.
Putt Shack.
Have you been there?
I have indoor putting. They did a really good job with this.
Yeah,
because it's kind of like it's almost like obstacle course putt, right? Like, but it's really
they made
fun.
it a little bit more interactive.
They did,
Some of them have like trivia questions, and then based on your answer, you either putt left or putt right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, but they're adding a lot of cool things like that in this area.
Right.
So.
Right. Then you also have Biscuit Love, which is a staple brunch place in the area.
Yeah, the food is really good. And
Cane Prime.
Cane Prime steak, so good. And if you live there too, they have specials for you. During the week you can go and they'll give if you live in the neighborhood, it's kind of like they give you discounts to different places, which is nice.
Which is nice.
And then you obviously just meet the workers. I mean, my clients who live there, they kind of know the people at the restaurants and town. One of my favorites is LA Jackson.
Okay,
and
I haven't been there.
It's on top of the Thompson Hotel, and it's just so it's like a rooftop. It's not the very top. It actually might be the very top bar and restaurant where you can just
have views. I'm guessing
you have some views, and it's just a cool vibe, and so it's not as touristy. Of course, you have it's on a hotel, so you do have some tourists, but you have a lot of local people who hang out, on this rooftop.
Yeah,
and so you just have really good vibes like that.
Okay. I know there's also Rudy's Jazz Bar.
Rudy's Jazz Bar is just this really little. It's like a hole in the wall little jazz bar. It's like the ceilings are low, and it's just
the epitome of Nashville.
It's so good. Yeah, great. The music is great. The food
and then
is
you
great.
have Cannery Hall, which is more of like a big event venue.
Yeah, more live music though.
Right, but big stages and live music all the time.
Sunda is a great restaurant right there. It's not they have some in Chicago as well. It's probably some other places, but really great food.
The Turnip Truck is like that really healthy grocery store type vibe.
Right in the middle there.
Right in the middle, walkable. And so housing, I mentioned just a few minutes ago, it's mostly going to be luxury high rises, and they're actually building more high rises in this area. So it's very competitive.
It is
right now. And some of their staple developments are the Icon. That was like one of the very first ones that put the Gulch on the map.
Yeah, well, they built that I remember they built that in 2008, and they actually stopped development because when the market crashed, they stopped for a while, and then they had a hard time selling. But obviously, then that area just
kept going.
Once the market came back, it
hasn't stopped since.
Because and it used to be just like railroad tracks and kind of like an area where people just really didn't hang out.
Right.
And
there wasn't much there.
There was nothing to do.
And now there's everything there.
Yeah.
It's great.
All the things.
So I would say there's a lot of young professionals that live there.
Young professionals. And again, you have a lot of office space. If there's where there's places where you can rent out spaces, like Industrious is there, a whole floor of just different businesses.
Exactly. And that's kind of the lifestyle. So you're living in a luxury high-rise condo, you're a young professional, you have your fitness center, your concierge, your pool, and everything included in that lifestyle. And then maybe you're walking to the nightlife, walking to the restaurants, and maybe even walking to your office.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
It is.
But it's so competitive right now that with all these, competing condos, that a 1-bedroom you can get for under $400,000 right now.
Yeah, which is, you know, of course, you're going to have an HOA that's higher in a place like the Icon,
right?
because of
Because you
the
get the pool and
amenities.
the amenities and the security and all that.
Right, but that's the price. That's kind of the trade off. And so obviously starting at 400, but going up into the millions, of course.
Right. If you're having, penthouse or something like that, you're going to
Yeah.
be well over $1 million.
Yeah, and there's a new one coming up. We'll probably do a video on it soon called the Pendry.
Yes.
And that one will be like
They haven't broken
seasons.
ground on it yet, but they just actually opened it up for pre-sales.
Yeah.
We went to their pre-sale party and it looks pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying it's going to be better than the Four Seasons, so we'll see. That's a high bar, but he seems pretty confident in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Gulch is a really,
and we can actually share the renderings that they have. We took pictures. And
at that, if you want to see those, let us know.
Open party, we can send those.
Yeah, but the Gulch is a really cool one. Like I say, like young professional, right beside the crazy. So you will get some of the tourism, but you're not on Broadway.
But it could be fun. I mean, it keeps things interesting, right?
Yeah, good time. Yeah, so that's number 2. If you like those, wait till you see number 1.
Number 1
you
is
ready?
Coming at ya. Green Hills.
Green Hills.
This is going to be your upscale, quiet prestige. It feels like you're in the suburbs, but you are just down the road from downtown.
From everything.
Yeah. Life here reflects elegance with convenience, sophistication, and accessibility.
Yeah.
Those are my describing words of the day.
Yeah, those are a great way to explain it. And I mean, you kind of start with the Green Hills Mall. That's kind of like the center.
Pretty central, the main road there, Hillsborough Road.
Yeah.
And the Green Hills Mall is your upscale shopping. So you have your upscale neighborhood with your upscale shopping. So you have Restoration Hardware, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Pottery Barn, Nordstrom, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and
Aritzia. My wife loves Aritzia.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard of it, but I guess it's a
I've been
Chicago
there.
store. Have you been there? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, all the upscale. Every time we go, my wife's like, "Oh, I didn't know that one was there," and I don't know. I don't know any of these places.
There's more and more that
upscale.
keep popping up.
Yeah.
But there's over 120 stores in this mall, and they're all top of the line.
Yeah, and just to put this in location, so let's take you all the way to Broadway. Actually, so Broadway goes and splits from West End. Broadway then turns into 21st Avenue. You go by Vanderbilt in that area, and then you go over 440 and it turns into Hillsborough Road, and now you're in Green Hills. So you're right across the interstate from all the Vanderbilt restaurants and Hillsborough Village location.
Right.
So that's why it's so desirable, because again, if you feel like you're in the suburbs, your lots are going to be bigger.
Right.
But
so we do a lot of videos of touring homes in Green Hills. So Green Hills Grill.
One of my favorites, local restaurant. We go there. That's probably the one we go to the most.
Okay.
But just really good food.
Really good. Char is a steakhouse that's there that's really good, very elegant vibe in there. You have True Kitchen, which is more of like a health food.
Just really good food. So a lot.
And then a big name would be the Bluebird Cafe. So this is like a hole in the wall cafe where a lot of artists got their start.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get into now.
It's become a lot more difficult because the tickets go on sale, a certain time of day, and then they're usually sold out right away.
Right. Well, there's not very many seats. So it's a
really
hole in the wall
small.
place, very small, not a lot of seats. But let me tell you, it is so worth it. You hear your local singers and songwriters perform in there in a very intimate setting.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not allowed to talk. Is purely for listening to them. But you'll get in there and you'll realize, oh my gosh, this person actually wrote this incredible hit.
Yeah.
And now they're singing it for me themselves.
It's so cool.
Right. It's so cool. So highly recommend that hole in the wall spot. It wouldn't be Nashville without places like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. And I mean, Green Hills, you have easy places to work out. You have all the grocery stores. There is a lot more health consciousness to it, right? Like you said, you have like the Trader Joe's, you have the Whole Foods and but then you have Shake Shack.
Yeah.
So you got, which is even
balance.
A little healthier, but still you got ice cream, right? So, I mean, you have those kind of things.
There's also a lot of private schools in this neighborhood. So not to say that the public schools aren't good, because actually, I sent to my kids to some of these public schools and they were excellent. But some of the private schools include Harpeth Hall, Oak Hill, Ensworth, St. Cecilia, and Harding Academy.
Yeah,
and that's
that's a
just to name a
lot.
few.
That's
So
a
that's
lot
a
of good
lot that's
schools.
centraled in this area. So, you know, it's kind to me, it's kind of telling that you have maybe these wealthier families that
Yeah.
are opting for private schools.
Right. Yeah, but great location. Again, that suburban feel in the
Yes.
heart of the city, close to,
Yes.
I mean, you can get to 12 South, you can get to Gulch, you can get to downtown from here, and you just easily get there.
Yes,
And you know, and you don't
exactly.
have to get on the interstate to do that if you don't want. You can obviously take 440 around if you need to,
Right.
but just
Right.
great location. And then yeah, let's back to the houses. I
Okay,
mean,
so the houses, these are going to be luxury, right? These are going to be new construction, one-offs, or larger old homes that have been restored and redone. But we're talking about sprawling estates,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
There are townhomes and condos that are available
Hmm.
and that are possible, just not as many.
Yeah, and most of them were built like in the 70s, you know, so you have older
Right.
ones and that you can get in for a decent
And
price.
right, and it's actually you can get a pretty good deal on some of those condos if the location is desirable. That you know you can get a good price on them right now.
Yeah.
But the single family homes, I would say, start minimum 1.3
1.3, yeah.
and can go up to 6 million and beyond.
Yeah.
I toured one that was 7 million today. So kind of the sky's the limit as far as that goes. Would you agree?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean,
Okay.
you know, so you have some older ranches that were built in the
Mhm.
70s on, like you said, big lots, 1 acre plus
Right,
lots, and
right.
so you
So
could
for
find some of
1.5,
those.
you can definitely find a great house.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, will it be an estate? Debatable,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah, but
definitely that higher end, that luxury, sophisticated
yeah,
feel.
and I would say the majority of the newer construction homes are going to be in that 2 to 3 to 4, 5. Again,
Right.
we tour a lot of them on this channel.
Right. So check out our channel and look for some that are in Green Hills as examples because we have quite a few in there.
Yeah, and we have another school that is in Green Hills is Lipscomb University, and so
That's
there's a
right.
lot of
That's
cool
right.
things around that as
And
well.
close by, we mentioned Vanderbilt is very, very close by. So you get a
Yeah,
lot of doctors and medical professionals that may live in Green Hills.
yeah, exactly.
You also have Belmont University and Lipscomb. So a lot of education happening in this area as well
Yeah.
between universities and private schools.
Yeah, Athens of the South. That's
Yeah.
what we are. So what did you think about these? Comment below. Let us know of the 5 that we sent. What do you think? Is it the right order? Did we miss one that you like? Again, we couldn't get them all in here. There's a few others that I would
Right.
want to add, but we just couldn't in
That's
the
for
top
another
5.
day.
Yeah, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. If there's other neighborhoods you want us to tour or talk about, let us know. We'd be happy to get out and do that again. We're out here every single week doing this. So hopefully
Download our relocation guide. We worked really hard on it. It's free for you. We're here as a resource for you, and we just want to help.
exactly. So comment below, reach out to us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Later.